Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel changed his tune yesterday afternoon, deciding to put the blame for the Jussie Smollett hate crime hoax on President Donald Trump's door. "Let me be really clear about something," Emanuel said. "The only reason Jussie Smollett thought he could take advantage of a hoax about a hate crime is for the toxic environment Donald Trump created. Well, Barack Obama's good buddy Rahm Emanuel was instantly made to regret it. Don't miss this. It probably was only a matter of time before Rahm Emanuel started to politicize the Smollett case. We were really hoping he could leave his rabid left-wing rhetoric out of this case, but it was a bridge too far for the loyal Obamate. This is the guy who sent a 2.5-foot dead fish in a box to a Democratic pollster who was late delivering polling results during the 1992 election. He's as corrupt and unhinged as they come. Look, I've always said from day one this is a Trump-free zone, the city of Chicago, and I mean it," Emanuel told reporters in a press conference Thursday. "Let me be really clear about something. The only reason Jussie Smollett thought he could take advantage of a hoax about a hate crime is for the environment, the toxic environment Donald Trump created. This is a president who drew a moral equivalency between people who are trying to perpetuate bigotry and those who are trying to fight bigotry," the mayor continued. "As somebody who started his own journey in politics fighting the neo-Nazis in Skokie and Marquette Park, President Trump should literally take his politics, move it aside." Then, as if almost on cue from directions from the Democratic Party, the Chicago mayor used the bogus claim that Trump's a proven racist, using the Charlottesville protest as evidence. "Let me tell the president," Rahm said. "There are not good people on both sides, people who perpetuate the cause of hate. I say this as a Jewish American." Rahm is referring to Trump's remarks way back in 2017 on the Charlottesville protest, where Democrats claim when the president said, "very fine people," he was talking about neo-Nazis. Now, it's really critical to understand that this is the only example that the Democrats hang on to as their big evidence Trump is a blatant racist. But it's a bald-faced lie. Donald Trump was not talking about those people when he said very fine people, said Joel Pollak, who also is a Jewish American and editor-at-large for Breitbart. In fact, Donald Trump specifically excluded those people from the people he was talking about as very fine people. This lie has been repeated over and over again on CNN, and it is a lie that intends to demonstrate to us that the president thinks white supremacists and neo-Nazis are good people. "I want to play to you what Trump actually said," Pollak added. "Because what you're going to hear is he was talking about protesters around the issue of the removal of the statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee, and you're also going to hear him say that the neo-Nazis and white supremacists are not the people he's talking about when he says very fine people. It's important to know the truth so Rahm Emanuel will not get away with blaming President Trump and, in essence, any Trump supporters who don a MAGA hat as being big bad racists, and for Smollett feeling the need to perpetuate the fake hate crime." Smollett has repeatedly said that two masked men shouted slurs, wrapped a rope around his neck, and poured a substance on him. He also told detectives that the attackers yelled that he was in MAGA country, an apparent reference to President Trump's Make America Great Again campaign slogan, police said. Americans also think Obama's good buddy in Chicago has gone too far. Sure, Trump is responsible for a far-left psycho who had to fabricate a MAGA hate crime to prove they exist because there were no real examples to point to. Rahm back to being Rahm, tweeted Peter J. Dawson. He must have taken some heat from his liberal friends and colleagues after calling the dropped charges against Jussie Smollett a whitewash of justice. If a meteor hit the earth, liberals would find a way to blame it. Real Donald Trump, posted Cheryl Meyer. Chicago is living up to its reputation as the most corrupt political city in America. The term Chicago politics refers to scammers and criminals who rule the Windy City. We are pleasantly surprised to see the Chicago Police Department stand up for the truth in this case as they continue to search for justice. But we can no longer include the Chicago mayor with the good men and women of the Chicago PD who are sticking to their guns. Rahm dead fish Emanuel fooled us for a couple of days. He started out doing the right thing in this case and then reverted back to his old self, spewing the old Democratic propaganda that every bad thing that happens in America must be due to President Donald Trump.